Hello everyone to my new Let's Look At. Today we're going to be looking at Climb, Fall, Repeat. Now Climb, Fall, Repeat should sound very simple because it is very simple. The controls are WASD and your whole thing is to climb to the top of the mountain. I know, that Razor Synapse pop-up. The reason that happened is because I had to crop this because there's no full screen available in this beta or whatever they qualify this as. So yeah. Moving on from my peripherals of choice that I'm sure some people laugh at because I like Razor, darn it. Moving on, this is a game about, well, climbing to the top of a mountain without getting hit by a bunch of falling boulders or rocks. I'm not sure the technical term here, but that's what they are, minerals. Falling minerals, that's what we'll go with. So you might notice on the background, not the background, but what we're climbing on the mountain here seems to have at times creases or angles. As you get higher and higher, these can really help you, or really, really hurt you. Reason is because if a falling rock hits one of those at the right angle, they can either bounce up above you, they can bounce to the side of you, they can bounce right at you, and it really brings the whole new, just a whole new thing of strategy into the equation, because not only do you have to pay attention to the things coming at you, you have to pay attention to where they're going to land, like that right there, where they're going to land, so you can avoid them in a intelligent manner, so you don't waste time having to hide, or you don't have to waste time doing this or that. You will at times have to hide in some areas, but I'm not sure if this is randomly generated. I don't think they said on their website, but I would imagine it probably is not, but I don't know that. There seems to be multiple ways you can go up the mountain. There's parts where you can go left or right. I don't know if they lead to the same area. They probably do, but I will say, though, this game is kind of realistic in some aspects, and in others, and you'll know it when you see it here in about a minute or two, what happens when you get hit by a boulder. Very unrealistic in others, but I will say, in their defense, though, this climber is one of the most, if not the, I'd say probably the most determined climber in the history of mankind. Like I said, sometimes you'll have to hide and wait, but they're usually pretty rare that you have to do that. As you get higher and higher, the pathways seem to get narrower and narrower. So of course this adds a whole new aspect of difficulty, because the higher you go, it seems like the more rocks that are dropping. Now, I'm not sure if that's the way it goes. You'd have to ask the developer that. But if you do get hit by a boulder, it's not game over. Like I said, it's not the most realistic. If you got hit by a boulder that probably weighed 3 times as much as you probably wouldn't, live through the experience, but in this game, you do live. You just lose a limb. I'm not joking, by the way. You lose a limb and you just keep on hauling. hauling your butt up the mountain. So you, in essence, I think get, 4 lives? You get 4 screw-ups, you lose both your arms. I think you get 3 screw-ups. I think you can lose both your arms and 1 leg, or I don't remember what it is, but you can get quite a few screw-ups compared to what you would normally think. If I get hit once, we're done. That's what most people would think in a situation, a game like this. I get hit once, it's probably over. But as you can see, that, like I said before, the narrower it gets, the more ballsy you gotta be. Otherwise, you're not gonna make progress, you're gonna sit in one area, and that's not really what the game was about. Holy crap, that was close. Now my record, I should say this is my first attempt, so this is my record. I don't know if this is a good record or not on normal. Like, I don't know what normal entails compared to easy or hard, but this is a good game for us. Well, there you go. If you get hit, you lose an arm first. And it's all kind of gonna, you'd think this would all be going downhill. Like, you'd think if you lose an arm, maybe your character would get a little slower as time goes on because of the trail of blood you're just kind of leaving behind you, but I guess that'd be too realistic for an arcade game like this. That's fine. I understand why they didn't go in that creative direction, because that'd just be more annoying than anything. Especially considering, after a while, your character would just kind of die and put like a time limit on it, so that'd be kind of a silly idea for a game like this. But I'm pretty proud of my first run here, because, I had no idea what I was signing up for. And like I said, it gets crazy toward the end. Just a veritable horde of rocks, and that's what happens when you lose. You lose all your limbs, you roll down the mountainside, and you're done, son. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Farewell, everyone, until then.